All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is a viewer request here. We're going to look at MBOT, as you see here, MVIS, and then ADTX, okay? So MBOT is an interesting one because we've actually, and I say on the Discord, I'll flash it when we get, I guess I can just show it now, but I've been hunting MBOT for a bit, I'll be honest, okay? I remember Only in Paradise brought it up early November, okay? And that's that November 8th first kind of mention right there, right? The next one was Mr. Onion around the 18th. Right here, again, you can see it, right? What were the common things? It was an uptrend towards the 50, an uptrend towards the 50. We were hunting the break of that 50 because that red would have been a nice green, and clearly it did it all in a single day with that 55, right? Clearly there was some news, we'll talk about that as well, but yeah, overall, man, that 50 break did the job, just in my opinion, a little too quick actually, okay? MVIS, MVIS, you know, I don't know what the chart looks like. I did SoundHound. I'm assuming it's going to look a little bit like SoundHound, but I'm curious to see what happens with the 100 moving average on that one. And then ADTX, honestly, I didn't know this one. I literally just gave some comments right here. That's where it came from. I thought it was a typo for AVTX, but ADTX looks like it's an interesting one come Tuesday for sure. So excited to talk about these three, and I will give you more of my thoughts and opinions shortly. But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are none here, but I generally will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, giving me all the comments, like I'm so grateful and very excited to keep doing this in 24, all right? So let's get into MBOT, all right? And you know, this is one I've covered before, okay? I actually mentioned that my dad had robotic surgery. So my dad had a hernia. The doctor met with him. I mean, obviously before the surgery, right? My dad actually met the doctor. He felt comfortable with the person, but instead of actually being the one that cut him open, the doctor was essentially like using a joystick and stuff, and a robot did the day of the surgery. The only human interaction my dad had was the anesthesiologist that put him under, and then the nurses that actually, like, you know, afterwards, male, female, I have no idea, right? But like, yeah, there was like very few human interactions, and the doctor wasn't even actually there the day of. So I'm a believer in robotic surgery. I have, my dad's doing fantastically after the surgery, right? And that was like years ago actually. So like, it's not like it even happened. I'm pretty sure that was before COVID even, maybe, yeah, I think before. Like, robotic surgery has been around. It's gonna get better with every single year because, again, as technology gets cheaper, cost of making the robots get cheaper, cost of buying it by the big hospitals gets cheaper, the more and more they're in will get better. You're gonna hear more people just like I did say, oh yeah, my dad this, my uncle that, robot surgery this, completely fine that, right? Like as that starts to familiarize itself more, like, yeah, right? Why would you not want a robot that can be programmed to be 0.00001 millimeter of a you know, like the accuracy level is incredible, right? Like, we've seen the video of the robots doing that. So like, I believe, okay? Now, all that said, I flashed it in the beginning of the video, okay? MBOT, if you search it on the Discord group, this one's the chart readers one right here, right? talking about it since early November. Talking about it through the early November, didn't quite do it. Okay, we're not going to talk about it again. All of a sudden, knock, 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 comes back to the table, right? And clearly you can see just 10 days after is when it goes, okay? What were we talking about? We were talking about this red line, okay? We are talking about this red line. Let me just zoom out a little bit, all right? Since right here, the last time we were over the red line was late July, okay? From there, we've just been completely under it, okay? We had a very, very brief reattempt right here mid-September, and then really since even, and obviously you can see we don't even wick it right there. We don't we don't touch it at all. But since especially right here, there's been absolutely nothing, right? Come that early November, we tried to break it, couldn't do it. It's okay. It's all right. You know, obviously it's doing its thing. No real big candles bringing a flash. All of a sudden around that 18th alert that we got, right? It's now actually over it. It's now actually holding it. And then look, honestly, I would have preferred this red. Look, I feel like it would have wanted to come where it wanted to, right? Like it literally ate this entire thing up and basically came to the top of this gap. Literally, what did this day close at? 223. What was your high of the day? 223. The exact same numbers. Look again. The high here on the third line is $2.23. The top green number on this one is $2.23. This thing literally did in a single day what I would have loved it to do sustainably over like maybe 4 or 5 days. The same 55% here that we got on a single day, actually a little bit higher actually, right? If you sold where it would have been nice to sell. I would have loved to just go like 10%, 8%, 10%, 8%, 10%, call it a day. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I actually would have loved with the 50 average break if it did it the way I would have liked it. Instead, what happened was the break of the 50, the technical move that might have brought a nice little sustainable technical uptrend got mixed in with some news. And the news was real, all right? It sounded like, and again, I was on vacation, right? So it's not like I was going deep on the headlines like but from what I saw, they were ready to take some stuff to the next level. That's kind of what the headline I think was. I don't know if that means they're going to start doing more human testing. I don't know if that means they're going to start pushing the sales department a little. I really didn't go in it, but the headline I think I saw was, let's get ready to go. You know what I mean? Like we're for real. Let's go. And yeah, I think the two mixed, and it got us again. Red was a real easy gap up all the way. Look, almost ate the entire red candle right here. That's where we start the day. We open at 158, and then we just run. Like I said, literally to the top of this thing right here. Like if I was covering this, or like I would have drawn a line right here, right? Like again, I'm not pretending to see things other people can't, right? Like top of this day, baby, that says 2.23. Top of this candle, right? 2.23. So again, interesting mix. The aftermath I think is a little more telling, all right? And again, I think if it was a little bit more sustainable, yeah, I think it'd be realistic to believe this is where we'd come next, right? But unfortunately, we could not confirm this. No way we'd be able to confirm this, right? So I would have liked it to close a little closer to 182. I'm very, very glad we did not go under the 100, right? Like there were moments you can see at the low of the day was what, 152. We were under the 100 for a bit, right? So we closed right here. Nice little healthy movement above the 100. I wish obviously we're a little closer to that, if not that, but I'll take it, right? What am I looking for? I'm looking for a close of 175 come Tuesday. 176 is what I'm clicking, but whatever, right? Like we need another 10 cents. That's at the minimum. If we can close over 188, that would be big. Because again, if Look at the, just I haven't even talked about it, so it's not even again. Look at the 200 moving average. Look at the thing. This purple line has only been broken, and when I say broken, I mean barely, right? But one moment right here, one moment right here, one moment right here. Across the entire 2-year period, there were 3 little moments. You know what I mean? So this 200 moving average line is no joke. No joke at all. If we can get over that, that's where we'll start talking about some bigger numbers, okay? $4 is a little high a target, okay? Oh, nice. I drew it out correctly. Look at that. I'm drawing that line. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, right now I'm just pinching pennies. I'm trying to guess which is the strongest line, right? I'll take this, 266. And then it's probably just you, right? What else can that be? What's you? Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Wow, there we go. Cool. So that's, I think $3.20 is probably the highest target to have from now. Nothing will happen until 188 is broken. All right. So that's the important thing with MBOT. Listen, I think this was a bad, and when I say bad, I don't mean like bad in a bad way, right? But like I would have preferred no news, break the 50, sustainable uptrend. I think this was a less than ideal timed news drop. I don't even know how to say that. I don't know what I'm trying. I hope you get what I'm saying, right? But I would have loved no big volume. I would have loved just maintain and go. That's obviously not what we saw here, all right? Where are we on the weekly? I mean, where's that 320 line right there? I think that's where the 100 moving average will be come by next little bit. Yeah, 320. I think 320 for now is a good limit. Not limit, but good target. 205 is going to be a hard line because that's now that 50 line on this one. We just talked about the 50 line on the daily, right? So, hey, MBOT, those are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know if you agree or, hey, even if you disagree. I'm not here to hate on your thoughts. You know that, right? So let's move in to MVIS. Look at this. Lovely. Oh, I like this. I do like this, okay? So I'm sure people wanted to see a lot more, but I really like what I'm seeing. And more than anything, what's really jumping out is how far away we are from the 100 moving average. We are. We've been riding the 20 up. We've been riding the 8 up. This is a very, very nice look. Friday's an ugly candle. It is, and you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm just zooming in to see. Yeah, we're actually still even over the 8. I'm cool with that, but I love it. The one I've been covering SoundHound with this, and you can see SoundHound isn't breaking away as well as MVIS is. And I kind of assumed it was going to look like this. I thought we were going to start going a little more horizontal. Instead, microvision. Lovely. Now look, the 200 still the pest that it is. All right, that's a pesky little line. All right, it's been broken, and man, MVIS knows what to do when it breaks all the moving averages. Okay, we're trying to do it again. We're trying to do it again, and it's all going to be at, I mean, is it almost exactly on the line? Yeah, look, it's actually at $2.91. My line has been at $2.92. This is a pivotal line. If we can break this line, that's going to do the whole thing. It looks like we're going to golden cross the 50 over the 100 when a small one goes over the big one. That's a good thing. Man, what I am loving, and I know it doesn't even look like much, but again, I knew what SoundHound looked like. I knew how tight it was. I knew that this was unable to escape the 100 moving average, unable to hold the 20 above it. Look, it's not a bad chart, but MVIS is a better chart. MVIS is actually making me believe the 20 is a strong line. It's making me believe the 100 is a strong, the 8's a strong line. I am seeing the 50 going up. I don't think whatever, it doesn't matter. MVIS, I like it. I do. All right. Again, same basic line. Get over that thing. Where are we on the weekly? 290, man. 290 is the number. break 290, we should see a good ride up to this 331. That's a nice 10% move right there. Go to 3, add another 30 cents right there. That's going to be the money line too on a weekly, little bit longer sustained view. But I imagine earnings are going to be coming out very soon too, right? Like we just finished Q4, so we will get the Q4 updates, probably a little 2024 guidance, right? Like big things can happen here. Big things actually could. It all starts with breaking the 200. I'm liking the volume. I am actually, especially since right here. What day is this? Since the middle of October, excuse me, my voice dropped. Since the middle of October, I'm seeing a lot more green days than red days. And I essentially mean like volume, right? Like more people are buying and holding than they are like buying and flipping or just overall selling, right? So people are accumulating, and I like that. That's generally a good sign. MACD's positive, RSI is positive. I like this. I know people are going to want more, but I think this did the job pretty well, actually. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. I did look at the weekly as well, right? I did look at the weekly. Let me double check. I did look at the weekly. We talked about the $3 line 100. Cool. Yeah, let me know your opinions. Otherwise, ADTX. Okay, this is not a ticker I'm familiar with. And like I said, I actually thought AVTX was what someone was trying to say, but it was a typo. But no. This is an interesting ticker here. All right, there's a lot to like. I don't even know where to start. I mean, red, and especially right here, red is just jumping out because that's what we've basically been trying to do, you know. And I think it's a perfect, I think the 50 moving average has been the big story across all of these, not really MVIS, I guess, but just like we saw with MBOT, trying to break the 50, looks like it might be breaking the 50. This one even struggled a lot less, right? But big volume spikes. A stock that's normally down in the 1 million range jumps 27x to 27 million, right? Almost 28 million. So big, wasn't even the biggest. Only what, 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, this thing actually hit 35 million shares, right? So there's been some volume moments here. I don't really know what the story is, but this is an interesting doji. All right, it is. And I'll talk about the after hours in a moment, all right? But just regular hours matter the most to me. And this doji is big, okay? The doji itself, you can see, closes at $6.63, the green number on top. That's above this $6.29 close. We're actually like a decent chunk above it too. So I like the fact that the actual candle is bigger, not bigger, but over the biggest candle right here, okay? From there, it's an interesting day because look, people thought it was gonna fly, going up an extra 33%, reaching highs of 8 something. It doesn't drop as hard, okay? And generally, when you see a doji, the two little sticks, the wicks, they should be about the same, like same up, same down, right? This one, it seems like a lot more people thought it was gonna go much higher than people were scared it was gonna go lower. You know what I mean? So I think I like the fact that more thought here. End of the day, everyone said, you know what? Let's just wait to see what Tuesday tells us, okay? After hours drops hard, okay? After hours closes at 510. Again, we were at 663. Listen, I always say I don't care about after hours. I do. I always say that, all right? That's a hard one to not care about. I'm just a regular dude. I am a human, right? Like that's hard. It's so hard to ignore that, all right? I don't know why. It's weird to say I don't know why, because obviously I'm making a video trying to say I know why, right? But I even said it here, like, dude, I think even with the big drop, this thing wants to go up. I do. I also mentioned Bullfrog looks nice. I don't know, something I like the position of the doji over this candle. I do. I like how quickly we reattempted the 50. Now look, don't get me wrong, all right? That is not, this day does not close over the 50. We closed down here at 609. The thing is at 670, right? This day obviously doesn't. This is the first single basic candle. This was a BS candle. Those were BS candles. That was a BS candle. Just as we continue to zoom out, 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 this stock has pretty much lived under the 50 moving average, making only little insignificant BS moves. All right. BS is an abbreviation for a bad word. I'm not trying to use it right now. I think this one seems a little different. I might be wrong. All right. And I think I have my numbers here. Look, 918 and 1126 are the lines up. 539 and 501 are the lines below. That's my ADTX thoughts. All right. I'm recording this today for tomorrow. So let me know your opinions. Let me know what the news is on this one, if there is any, right? But this thing, I am not here going to talk about like breaking this and going beyond that. Like I do not mention 17 at all, right? Like no. For now, this right here is going to be basically what we're hunting. 1080. I think I got the 11 number off this right here. Yeah, look, the average 20 was 1126. So I went with that as our highest because, again, we're over the 8 here. Doji doesn't count. That's a nice confirmation. Maybe we want a little bit more. Red, 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 red. Green, 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 green. Green, 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 right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Hey, thank you so much.